I made the video for number 17 first, and it's a similar concept, so watch that one first, and I think it'll clarify things. The only other tip I have for you really is you'll notice that this question is asking you to interrelate delta G, delta H, and delta S. And whenever you're doing that, this equation down here at the bottom is very helpful in clarifying your thinking. So what they're saying here is they're saying it's spontaneous. You remember whether a reaction is spontaneous or not, whether or not it will flow and produce products well, has to do with delta G. They are telling you right here what the sign is, if it's positive or if it's negative. And so it will tell you whether delta G is favorable or unfavorable. So think about whether it's favorable or unfavorable. The other thing is delta H is 32.7 kilojoules. It's positive. If delta H is positive, is that favorable or unfavorable? If you're thinking along those lines, you should be able to figure out whether delta S needs to be favorable or unfavorable, and therefore that will tell you what the sign is, and you can answer that bullet point. When you're actually trying to come up with a magnitude for delta S, you essentially are going to plug in the values here, and what you use for delta G is probably going to be 0. Now, 0 is at equilibrium, but I think they're saying what is the minimum magnitude delta S has to be. If you wanted to use a value slightly below 0, negative 0.000001, you could, but it's close enough that you should be able to just use 0.